Thank you, Jane. The headlines in the southeast today. More heavy rainfall causes chaos across parts of the southeast with further travel disruption. We're live in Robertsbridge, where a landslip has blocked the train line. Maidstone United gear up for their first FA Cup third-round tie in 35 years.
And over the weekend, high pressure will become established, so for most of us it should be dry, a little cloudy, certainly feeling colder.
Hello, welcome to the programme. I'm Ellie Crisell. First, this lunchtime. Flood alerts remain in place across Kent, Sussex and Surrey after heavy rainfall overnight, which has led, unsurprisingly, to more travel disruption. On the trains, a landslip at Maidstone East means that some lines are blocked, with trains cancelled, delayed or diverted. Meanwhile, there are no trains between Battle and Tunbridge Wells because of a landslip in Robertsbridge. The disruption is expected to affect commuters throughout the day. Well, let's go straight over there live this lunchtime. Our reporter Chrissy Reedy is at Robertsbridge Station. Hello, Chrissy. I imagine a lot of frustrated commuters showing up there this morning.
Well, it's never easy, Ellie, at the best of times, is it really, returning to work after the Christmas break? But for rail commuters, it's fair to say it's been a pretty chaotic start. Not one, but two landslips, one here at Robertsbridge, that happened overnight, so an empty car park, apart from all the engineers that you can see. Lots of disruption here. There is a replacement bus service in place, and then over in Kent at Maidstone East, that line, there's been a landslip as well. So that means there are no train services towards Ashford until at least 5 o'clock. So Storm Henk certainly made its mark in the last few days. Further down this line at Hastings, there's been trees coming down on the line on the 2nd of January, and then also at Lewis as well, the line was submerged in water. Now, some environmental experts are saying that this sort of disruption, this level of disruption, is something we may need to get used to.
So far this winter, we've had incredibly wet period where the water gets into the ground and it's super saturated. And then when it rains again, there's nowhere for it to go. It can't infiltrate. And so the whole of the material will start to move down slope. And unfortunately for us, we're living in a period where our winters are getting wetter and our summers are getting drier. So we have this dichotomy. So as we go into a changing climate, and the predictions for the future are that we're going to see more of this.
So, engineers on site, as you can see it, here at Robertsbridge and also at Maidstone East. I'm told by the engineers that that landslip there is bigger than this one. So I think it's fair to say a chaotic start for commuters to the new year.
Indeed. Chrissy, thank you very much for the moment. Well, these latest cancellations come in the wake of a raft of problems for commuters over the festive period. South Eastern services were affected by flooding just before the new year, which led to all Eurostar trains being cancelled. If you're delayed by 15 minutes or more, you are entitled to claim delay repay compensation. Did you know that? Well, we're now joined by James Abbott from Modern Railway magazine. Hello, James.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. We've been chatting and chatting, haven't we? Because you know all about the railways.
Yeah.
Tell us about this delay repay. Why have these claims gone up so much in recent years?
Right, well, delay repay, that's been improved quite a bit in recent years. It's become more accessible and it's become easier to claim if you are delayed. And now in most places you're able to claim back some money or some credit if you are delayed for 15 minutes or more. And if you're delayed for 2 hours or more, you get the full 100% of your ticket price back.
So you think there's a sort of growing awareness?
There's a growing awareness of it, and it's also easier to claim in the way that people who buy tickets digitally are able to get it back with just one click. And so there's not a lot of form filling in as there used to be. Now,
you mentioned just before we went on air that the performance of the railways is down about 2%. Now, a lot of the time we're hearing, well, that's because of the pandemic, that's because of the pandemic. Is it because of the pandemic, in your expert view?
I don't think we can. We are coming away from the pandemic now, so I don't think we can blame everything on the pandemic. No, there have been climate change is certainly making things difficult in the way that the earthworks become less stable when there's more rainwater and that sort of thing. And unfortunately, suicides are also a big problem. So there are a number of factors, but yes, it is about 2% worse than it was a year ago.
James Albert, we'll have to leave it there, I'm afraid. Thank you for joining us this lunchtime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The number of hospital admissions across Kent, Surrey and Sussex, where obesity was the main reason, has reached its highest level in 4 years. New figures for the South East show admissions rose to 995 in 2022-23. It comes as Brighton and Hove City Council press on with plans to introduce restrictions on fast food advertising on bus and taxi shelters to help reduce obesity rates.
We know that food high in salt, high in fat and sugar will cause underlying problems like heart disease and obesity, which just puts too much strain on services. So we're doing this measures to make an impact where we can.
Now to football. Tomorrow is a huge day for two of our Kent clubs. Both Maidstone United and Gillingham are in action in the FA Cup third round. So Gillingham host Sheffield United and the Stones play Stevenage, who are 3 leagues above them. The two sides last met in the first round of the FA Cup back in November 2014. James Dunn has more.
This is good. Oh no, what a goal!
This was the moment Maidstone made history, a goal to remember that put League Two side Barrow out and the Stones through with a 2-1 victory. Their first that night came from Sam Corn.
The angle is tight, didn't matter.
Going in as the underdog and coming out on top in such a amazing fashion, yes, it was amazing.
These are ones for captain. It's an easy job because everyone's going to be up for it. I think more so you just got to keep everybody calm and you just got to stick to the job and go about business.
They beat Torquay United and Chesham before meeting Barrow. 3 of the Stones' 4 goals in those 2 games came from Hernani Amanchi, who's now been sold. The cup run's been worth more than £100,000 to the team, and it will more than double if they make it through to the next round.
If we were to win this game, I said I would do a back somersault off the top of the stand, so I think I'll retract that. I never thought we'd get to this stage, so there's a nice little carrot at the end of this one, quite a large amount of money, but I think you have to toss that to one side.
Win, draw, lose, we have to enjoy it. Our players have to enjoy this occasion. Some of them may never find themselves in the third round of the FA Cup ever again in their entire career. So moments like this comes once in a lifetime. After we finished our game on Monday against Tonbridge, we said it's about enjoying, the next couple of days and going into the Stevenage game, being full of confidence and just, enjoy the occasion.
They'll face a club 69 places above them in the football pyramid here tomorrow, but anything's possible in the FA Cup. James Dunn, BBC South East Today, Maidstone.
Well, let's hope anything isn't possible in the weather. Nina is here. Have we seen the end of this rain for the moment?
We've seen the end of the heavy downpours, definitely. There may be 1 or 2 showers around through the weekend, but it is mostly dry, a little cloudy. We'll see a little bit of brightness here and there. And this afternoon, we may just see some brighter spells. Temperatures 7 to 8 degrees, so it's certainly getting colder as the winds are changing direction. Overnight tonight, western areas picking up some thicker cloud, and we could see a few passing showers here. Clearer skies further east and falling temperatures 3 to 4 degrees first thing tomorrow morning. So again, for most of us through the day tomorrow, it will be dry with some occasional bright spells. It is just continuing the further west you are that will have a little more cloud around. This rain should be quite patchy and light, but temperatures even lower. On Saturday, we've got highs of 6 to 7 degrees, and then through next week, it gets colder still with overnight frosts.
As long as we have a break from the rain, we don't mind. Thank you, Nina. That is it from me and Nina. We are back with your Tea Time News at 6:30. Bye-bye.